The war that could shut down the world. Imagine this, one narrow waterway, just 33 kilometers wide, and if it shuts down, the world's economy collapses overnight. Right now, the United States and the Iran are staring at each other across the Strait of Hormuz, and one wrong move could ignite a war. This is where the United States Central Command, or CENTCOM, takes control. CENTCOM stands for United States Central Command, one of the main military command divisions of the United States Department of Defense. Simple terms, it is the command that handles wars, security, and military strength in regions like Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Persian Gulf. These operations are out in 20 plus countries, including Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Strait of Hormuz. When you hear CENTCOM is monitoring the situation, it means the US military is actively involved or preparing in that region. From massive aircraft carriers to stealth jets to cyber warfare, CENTCOM is built for one thing: total dominance in the Middle East. But Iran does not fight like a normal army. So the phase one, if this war escalates, would be shock and awe. In the first 24 hours, the skies will light up. Cruise missiles will rain down, stealth jets strike unseen, and Iran's radar systems go dark. CENTCOM's goal would be to blind Iran before it can even react. It would try to basically, create an air dominance, which would lead to the phase two of the war. Thousands of targets, missile bases, command centers wiped out in hours. This is not a war of soldiers, this is a war of machines, as many would say. Then would come in the phase three, which is the Hormuz Triangle. The real battle is not on land, it is here in the Strait of Hormuz, which controls actually currently the world economy. The Strait of Hormuz is where 20% of world's oil flows, and also other things, other ships carrying other stuff also process this strait. If Iran blocks it, oil prices will explode, economies will crash, and chaos spreads. Actually, the markets are currently reacting, and in fact, some experts are also guessing that the oil prices can go as high as $150 per barrel. The phase four would be Iran strikes back, and and Iran actually doesn't fight head on; it hits from shadows, missiles, drones, proxy militias. It has this way of attacking. If you remember, it used the Shahid drone, which is very cheaper, to what the US Army was using, expensive fighter jets and all that, F-35s, F-15s. They used Shahid drones for majority of their tasks. One strike in Israel, another in Saudi Arabia, another in on US bases. This is how it has operated, and so the war spreads. And the war then reaches phase five, which is the invisible war, which is behind the scenes. Silent war begins. Cyber attacks shut down systems, communications collapse, intelligence networks hunt every move. It's all about that. So you don't see it, but it decides everything. Narrative building also happens. Who has won, who has not won, and all those things. And then comes the global consequences. If this war escalates, markets will crash, flights will stop, fuel runs out, and suddenly a war in the Middle East becomes a crisis for the entire world. That's why many people are calling it World War III. Danger. The US fights with power. Iran fights with patience. One miscalculation, one missile, and this becomes something far bigger. Not just a war, but a turning point in the history. So Trump continues to say that Iranian missiles, their navy is gone, their missiles are gone, everything is gone. But it doesn't seem like that. He also said that he doesn't care if Iran doesn't return to the negotiation table. These are all posturing, war posturing. On the other hand, Iran has laughed at Trump's comments, saying that we are waiting patiently. Trump is weighing in at the blockade for Iranian ships, just saying that we are going to create a blockade for Iranian ships and other ships can pass through. So actually, it is all about controlling of the Strait of Hormuz now. The war has now shifted to the Strait of Hormuz. The channel to know what reshapes the world, why things are like the way they are, and why some things are happening which we don't understand in the current context. See you on the other side.